Stop me if you've heard this before. There was a man. He had a family. Then some bad men came and killed his family. Now that man must embark on a path of revenge to get revenge for his family. That is dead.
So revolutionary, it's so bold and so brilliant!
Ninja Kamui follows a man named Higen who was a former member of a ninja clan. During his time there, he falls in love with his fellow comrade and they decide to leave the clan behind. They escape to America and enjoy a tranquil life for a time until they are finally tracked down by the clan and Higen's wife and son are killed. So now he must don the ways of the ninja once again to avenge the death of his family. Along the way, he partners with Mike, a veteran FBI agent, who, along with his partner Emma, team up with Higen after seeing that the FBI and local police, for some reason, are covering up various seemingly connected ninja attacks. Like the title of this video and the opening to this video would lead you to believe, this same story has been done to death time and time again in many different types of media. Now that's not necessarily a bad thing. If it's done well, you can tell the same general story but still have interesting characters, some twists and turns, and some good action. However, for me, with this show, a lot of it just felt underutilized. Let's start with the main character. Higen is just an archetype of a character that is meant to fit in this type of story and this type of story only. He was once a bad man, but he discovered love and ran away from his evil ninja clan to have a normal life with his family, but then they die and now he's mad about it. And that's really where it stops with him. And to make matters more annoying, with characters like this that are written with no real personality, they decide to give him a weird quirk to make up for a character, I guess, kinda. There's a joke when he offers Mike a drink, but then Mike is shocked to find out it's an energy drink. And Higen is just like, yeah, I like energy drinks. I don't even remember if it comes back in this series or not, I just thought that was something interesting. As for other characters, Mike just feels like Riggs from Lethal Weapon with the I'm getting too old for this shit type stuff. Emma was at least somewhat fun back when she was just a young rookie FBI agent, but then they revealed that she was actually a ninja at one point, and before we can bond with her, she ends up dying. The bad guys are not really interesting at all, especially the main bad, Yamaji. However, I do think Zai is actually pretty cool. In fact, I probably would have made him the main bad guy instead. I like the dynamic of him, Higen, and Mari all growing up and training together, and when Higen and Mari leave, he feels betrayed and has a vendetta against them. Now, if you've watched some of my previous videos, you know I am not a huge fan of sci-fi anime. I've sort of checked out of this type of genre mostly because I have just had the bad luck of picking some of the worst animes in this genre. Now, I'm not saying that this is on the same level as those ones, it's definitely several steps above those, but there's parts of me that wishes that this story was still more grounded. When they introduced the mech suits, or as they call them, the go suck you armor, my high from the first couple episodes started to dissipate. It's possible that they added this stuff in to make the show stand out more, but for me it kind of hindered it because whenever they fight in the armor, the fight switches to 3D. Now, I'm not poo-pooing all 3D anime, I really like some 3D anime, but I've definitely been less enthused with the art style as of late. Now, watching the behind the scenes of the show, they definitely put a lot of work into the choreography of the fights, and I really appreciate that. But when I watch the behind the scenes, I'm just more impressed with the previs than the final product. Don't get me wrong, it's most likely subjective. Maybe many of you still think it looks cool, and that's awesome if you do, but for me, it just slowed down the show for me, especially when you compare it to the 2D fights in the show. Speaking of which, the fighting in this show is amazing. The pilot episode of the series is probably one of the best I've seen in a long time. All the action set pieces were well lit, choreographed perfectly, and the animation was top tier. Higen's fight with Zai, especially after they lose the armor, is just absolutely brutal, and I love it. Another thing this show has going for it is the music. First off, the OP Vengeance by Cold Rain is just the tits. The rest of the soundtrack with music by Ron and Toft Willingham is also pretty good, especially the song Super Volcano. Overall, I think Ninja Kamui is definitely worth a watch if you're interested in the premise. The show may not provide you with great character work or a complex story, but it definitely has something to offer. If you're not sure, definitely check out the first episode at least. Again, I feel like it's the best pilot episode I've seen in a while. I'm going to give Ninja Kamui a C+, which is a miracle for me at this point when it comes to sci-fi anime. But tell me what you guys thought about the show. Is it an underrated show in your eyes? Is it worse than what I believe it is? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.